All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Max and Howard Drink Beer. I am Max.
And I am Howard.
What do we got going on here today, Howard? We got a yellow can, kind of fades into orange.
Yeah, that's nice. It's like a Wonder Woman, kind of.
Is that what that is? I feel like this is a championship belt
Yeah.
that
like
goes around.
Wonder Woman World Championship belt?
I don't think she did.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what we do have, though. We have a Mama's Little Yellow Pils here. It's a Bohemian Pilsner, which is different than American Pilsners, I think. And, we're going to find out why.
We're going to find out why. So, for those of you who are following us, you can go on the Untapped app and see all the fun things that we're drinking. You can actually see pictures of the cans. You know, especially since we don't have Steve here currently to tell us what the can looks like. There is no description of the can. I tried. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, he does a much better job. I will say that. What's interesting is you can see, because Max and I are not just one entity, we are two entities.
That's why there's an and.
Entity. Yeah, right.
Entity.
Max and Howard. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we both have Untaps. I think I'm legsless with a Z. Yeah. And we both have different styles and flavors. And Max takes all the pictures. I just kind of give all the descriptions, about what I'm kind of tasting. So, that is a really kind of a fun, cool app. It's like, you gotta catch them all.
Well, and the fun part about it is they give you badges. Mm-hmm. So as you beat the gym bosses, you get badges.
I just kind of put that all together too.
Yeah. We should probably actually get a board to put points.
But it's us, so there is no point.
And the points don't matter.
Right, exactly.
Right, because I'm Drew Carey.
And does that make me the British guy?
Sure,
okay.
If you want to be. I could be British.
You can?
No, this is a can of beer.
Yeah, it's Bohemian Pilsner.
Bohemian Pilsner.
Yeah, so what do you think? You got that first sip in there.
So apparently Bohemian means hoppy.
Yeah, I get a little bite. I get a little bite to it, which actually it kind of makes sense, because you remember that the Spreaker Milwaukee Pilsner?
Mm-hmm.
That was a little bit more hoppy to it. That must have been a Bohemian Pilsner.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to see.
Okay.
I'm going to see what it has to say.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, that's the thing. The thing that always got me, and it's actually funny, I had a Imperial lager the other day, and it was really good because it had a lot more flavor than those plain old lagers and Pilsners and Kolsch beers that you like. It had a lot more flavor to it, and it was really good.
It is a Czech Pilsner.
Check me out.
So it is with Saz Noble hops. But yeah, this Bohemian style Pilsner. Good call.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good call. So we have had this style of beer before.
Yeah.
Didn't think about it. Didn't pay any attention.
Well, and sometimes you can't afford to.
Not the way they pay me.
That's right. But that's the nice thing, This is one of those rare beers where I think, you could get done cutting the grass and you could say, yeah, this is a pretty good one. Dale's Pale Ale. It's made by the same guys, the Oscar Blues Brewery. That was another pretty good one. I got that sitting in my fridge at home. I got one waiting. I'll probably drink that later on. And, so, I mean, that's that.
That's that, yeah. It's definitely not what I was expecting. Now I know, a little mental note. Apparently you take a Pilsner, you add Bohemian to it, which is hops.
Yeah. Because they jump really high, the Bohemians.
Do they?
Yeah. Didn't you ever hear Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
They jumped really high.
Isn't that? I don't think that's. Well, on that note, Howard, we got some craziness that we're talking today.
Yeah.
A little bit based off of our last episode. For those of you who listen to us,
we were sitting around, we were thinking about it. You're kind of onto something with the Harry Potter thing. Like putting these actors that you wouldn't put in these shoes. So We really are big Adam Sandler fans, and that whole group of guys, we think they're kind of funny, and we thought, well, what if they were Marvel superheroes?
Right, so without further ado, Max and Howard Drink Beer present Adam Sandler's Avengers.
Yeah, that's pretty
Dun-dun-dun.
good. So my big thing was, okay, so that you got two different leaders here, both very kind of big heads, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, you know, the issue that I was having, and Max kind of figured it out right away, who would be who, you know, who would Adam Sandler be? Would he be Iron Man or would he be Captain America?
Right.
I think he'd be Captain America just because he's got that, you know, leadership quality, able to get everybody united and aligned and go, man, go. There goes Adam Sandler.
See, I roped him in as Iron Man, and the big reason behind it is I think of Iron Man as he's the leader but doesn't want to be the leader.
Right.
And he throws that sarcasm in there, you know, to say stuff, and who's more sarcastic than Adam Sandler?
That's true, and I was thinking about it a little bit, actually, just now.
Plus, then we joked about if we got bigger universe with it, that Rhodey would be Chris Rock.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
there's no doubt.
That, you start watching Iron Man movies now with that thought process, and we didn't include him in our list, but hands down right there, just Adam Sandler and Chris Rock doing their thing together. All those movies would be fantastic.
No, they really would be.
You can see them in your head, and you're just, oh, man.
But then I was kind of thinking like this. What if we did like a Jack and Jill thing? What if they were both Adam Sandler?
Interesting.
Yeah, see? Because they did it with the man and the woman. Why can't it be Captain America and Iron Man?
I mean, it's not a terrible idea.
It's not the worst idea. And I've definitely had worse ideas on this program.
Yeah, and we've got them all recorded up, and they're dialed up for the anniversary episode or whatever.
Yeah, that wasn't that last year?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, and we didn't get too deep into this because, you know, you could do Ant-Man things and Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch things, and you can go really into it.
We'll do it at a later date, the extended Marvel universe.
Yeah, like the prequels.
Right.
Yeah. But I definitely said David Spade would be Thor.
I agreed.
Because, you know, that's funny.
Just every aspect of it.
But it wouldn't be like him talking like Thor. It'd be him talking like David Spade. It'd have to be.
I was thinking the exact opposite. I was thinking David Spade being David Spade, pretending to be this giant god of thunder, talking with the nobleness and everything, but still just scrawny little David Spade.
Yeah, and maybe talking like that, but still having the David Spade accent.
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
a little Joe Dirte there.
You know, just every aspect of it. You know, spinning the hammer around and throwing it, just like you can see it. You know, every now and then he would like throw it and like it wouldn't go, and then he'd have to argue with it, and obviously the hammer's name would be Chris Farley.
Ooh, that saying.
Which is not an aspect that we didn't need to go to, because in my personal opinion, David Spade needs Chris Farley.
Well, that I'll get to that.
You know, and you can get into the craziness of it and just say that when the hammer broke in the Thor movies, he lost Chris Farley, and what was he gonna do? Oh, you can still do stuff without him? Oh shit. And then when he went back in time, you know it would happen. If David Spade could go back in time, he would get Chris Farley.
Oh yeah, wouldn't you?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, you would too.
You know? So that was.
We
the big
all
thing with
would.
it.
You know what? Today's world doesn't deserve Chris Farley. Or wait, Chris Farley doesn't deserve today's world.
I don't know.
One of the ways. Anyway, you know, and I went a little deeper into that because Loki was one of the main villains in that time frame,
Right.
and I think Rob Lowe would make a great Loki. That'd be a good one. Plus, you know, Odin has to be then Dennis Miller, which was pretty good. I got a little bit deeper than you did.
You did. I have issues with that because if we're going bad guys, your bad guy is not based off of your good guys.
Why? What do you mean?
When did Rob Lowe
When was he the bad guy?
An Iron Man.
No, he wasn't an Iron Man.
Who is your Iron Man?
Adam Sandler.
Okay, so when did Adam Sandler and Rob Lowe square off?
I'm Loki.
Yeah.
For Rob Lowe.
That was the square off point in the movie.
Yeah.
In the Avengers.
Yeah.
That's why I went Christopher McDonald. You all know him. You all love him as Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to have the dynamic. That's my argument with the whole thing, with the whole universe, the Adam Sandler universe. I went with, okay, who are Adam Sandler's bad guys, really?
Right.
You know, you had the coach and the water boy.
Yeah.
You know, really? You know, okay.
Jerry Reed, yeah, he's dead now.
You know, all of them. You know, what am I going to throw Bob Barker in there?
Ooh, that'd be somewhere to put him though. But that's the other thing too. Like, how many of those guys were all in those movies together? You know, and I think Rob Lowe played the good guy in a couple of those movies. You know who would have been a good maybe Iron Man villain at some point somehow? Samwise. What was the name of the actor that played him? Sean Astin, right?
Sean Astin.
Yeah, he was one of the bad. He was one of the bad guy, quote unquote, antagonist, if you will. He was the antagonist in Click. I thought that was pretty good. You know,
I forgot he was in that.
You know, but Rob Schneider played a bad guy, didn't he? And you don't mess with the Zohan.
Yeah, kinda.
See?
Kinda.
You know?
There's a couple people who was really the bad guy.
Yeah, they're all interchangeable.
You
so
know,
I'm sticking with Rob Lowe as Loki.
All right, I'll give you this one.
Yes.
I'm not happy about it.
That's okay.
But
that's the beauty of the show. You get to have that, you know, Loki-ness. See, I think Shooter is a little too sinister, you know, a little too, like, straightforward. Rob Lowe has got a little bit of, you know, pull and push there, you know, so to speak.
I mean, I feel like you're just basing Rob Lowe off of, you know, Wayne's World.
There's another good example.
You know, or he was
Tommy Boy.
He was number 2.
Ooh,
in,
that's another.
Austin Powers.
Wow, what an era for Rob Lowe.
Yeah, seriously. Like I said, when you said Rob Lowe, it's like, okay, I can see it.
Rob Lowe was the bad guy in Tommy Boy.
Right.
That's why I'm saying, and actually, now that I think about it, Odin would be a really good Dan Aykroyd. Now I'm really getting a little too deep, but yeah, but that's why I'm going with Rob Lowe, because he was that bad guy in Tommy Boy. He was David Spade's original bad guy.
Fair enough.
You know?
Fair enough. I'll give you that one.
Because Loki ended up playing a bigger role, and ironically, so did Rob Lowe. There you go.
All right,
Shooter McGavin's probably more of a, like, Aldrich Killian or something. Maybe Trevor Slater even.
Yeah, there you go. Now you're just getting way out in left field. So we glossed over it, but I threw Captain in as a different person.
Yeah.
I took Nick Swerdson.
He's too off the wall.
I feel like I can see him in there now, not as your super noble Captain America, but as a, oh yeah, we're really gonna do this. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, let's get ready. Are we ready?
The weird parts of Cap.
Right.
All right.
So all that aspect of it, and I think nothing would be more entertaining than to have him in like the Cap uniform, but make it a little short.
Yeah.
Have his slight gut hang out. So. You know, because I turned this whole movie into a comedy.
Yeah,
you know, every
that's
aspect
good.
of it. So you got to have the flubs of building a superhero team with all these guys.
See, and that was my thing too. You know, we had 3 guys. I had 3 guys left over. You know, and they were kind of, you know, the 2 guys were a little bit more throwaway, but you know, but I just can't see Norm Macdonald as Iron Man, and those were my 3 the remaining guys. If you. Yeah. Adam Sandler could be both, easily. He'd take over both, and he'd be perfect, and he'd have arguments with himself, because it would work. It would actually be pretty funny.
He's done it, yep.
You know, but, and then, you'd have Nick Swartzen left over, and you had Norm Macdonald left over.
Yeah.
Well, Norm is definitely not a Captain America.
Right.
I can't Captain
Right.
Canadian, perhaps.
Just make him like Doctor Strange or something.
Oh, that's not a bad
See?
idea.
See, we'll throw
now
him
we're
down
getting really deep.
Throw him down the line.
Yeah.
Who do we have next? I believe Hulk, right?
Yeah, I have Hulk next, actually.
All right. So, who are you calling it?
That was funny too, because Bruce Banner would be Steve Buscemi.
Right.
I think would be
I
good.
agree. Absolutely.
I think would be really funny. And then I'm waffling back and forth a little bit. I don't think the Chris Farley CGI thing is appropriate, I guess is the word that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Applicable? No, that can't be right.
Asparagus.
Yeah, so that one. So I think instead we'd have to make Kevin James the actual Hulk.
Yeah.
You know, he'd have to, do his Hulkness things.
I'm thinking though you do have him do like the old school TV show Hulk.
Right, exactly.
Not CGI
Raw.
like Steve Buscemi turning into Kevin James. And then just have Kevin James like ripping his shirt off and just running around.
No, that's something different.
But just that whole aspect of it with, how Kevin James is with everything. And, I feel like Steve Buscemi is one of the more elegant characters.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, when he needs to act, he did it like the Big Lebowski.
Mm-hmm.
He was killer.
He was out of his element.
So when you throw him in there, you see him. He's a great comedical talent.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's more than most people when he turns on that, hey, I'm going to actually act. Oh, here you go. And you get kind of that old school, like how Peter Lorre was.
Wow. There's
know?
a reference.
So you get that same feeling because they got the same kind of eye thing going on.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing. Peter Lorre played all those,
The scientist types.
The scientist,
Yep.
villainous
The Fly,
characters. Right? And then you'd throw him in. He played in one of my favorite movies, Arsenic and Old Lace.
Okay.
And he was Dr. Frankenstein. And
Dr. Frankenstein?
No, that was Gene Wilder.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Who was the great grandfather to Ryan Reynolds, Van Wilder.
Oh,
Yeah.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, that's how
Wow.
the line continued. So
they were all Canadian.
right,
Got it.
right.
Excellent. So yeah. The more I think about it, Nick Swartzen as a Midwestern Captain America would be pretty funny.
Right, because you're thinking Captain as Chris Evans played him, and I'm thinking no, we're doing something different.
Yeah.
Oh man, that bad, huh? This movie's that boring.
No.
already.
I had to. I had a crack in my jaw. I had to crack.
Yeah, all right. That's what we'll call it.
And now we're starting to get into the more minor characters where they were important in the Avengers. We're at Black Widow and pretty funny Drew Barrymore. I think that's the perfect Black Widow, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't even think you'd actually have to have her act.
No.
I think you could probably just pull scenes out of like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
And she
Pow.
just
Bam.
slide in.
Zing. Did they make out in that movie?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Do they ever when you want them to?
No. Well, I think I might be a topic for a different podcast. So.
No, I agree on that. We talked back and forth, but if we're sticking just simple, I feel like they did a couple movies together, and
More than I think 3 or 4.
She flowed best with the group.
Yeah.
So I agree with that one. I feel like she's always been a badass.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and she was in a lot of the movies in the 90s, like you said, Charlie's Angels. That one show that Sam was watching, what was that? Santa Clarita?
Yeah.
That diet? That was an Adam Sandler production.
Was it really?
Yeah.
With Timothy Osmond?
Timothy the Elephant, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I wanted him to be... I think he'd be a good Captain America.
I could see it.
You
absolutely could see it. I forgot about him.
But he was in, like, the one show.
Yeah.
And, Patrick Warburton would be another good Captain America. That'd be really funny. But again, he was in Rules of Engagement. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they didn't really do anything else.
So we got Hawkeye left.
Yeah, who did you put?
I put Rob Schneider.
So did I. Okay.
Because you need him there. You know that the movie has to have at some point the "you can do it."
It's gotta do that.
So you had to put him in the cast because I felt like he would just say it, but not in his normal. I'd feel like, like when they were sitting there talking, he'd just be like, "You could do it, Cap. You could do it." Just something super low key, just where everybody's like, you didn't do it. What's wrong with you?
Or at least everybody knows that's who he is,
Right.
And and that's cool too, because he was one of those guys who was enough of a side in every other single movie.
Yep.
Very much like Adam Sandler was in his movies.
Yep.
And the hot chick. That's the one I'm thinking of when he was on the drums.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That was pretty good.
Well, we were talking about the entertaining fact of that one movie, Airheads, that had him and Steve Buscemi and Brendan Fraser.
And again, Brendan Fraser would have been a good one to slide in there somewhere. Because you got to have somebody at least that's out of the group,
right?
Because there's always somebody. It's usually the ladies,
right,
that are out of the group, and that's why we're also saying, because it's Hollywood and actresses are all interchangeable, and that's why they get paid less. There's a pay wage gap. Sorry, I don't know. I'm being an asshole.
Yeah, most days of the week.
Yeah, and the ones that end in Y mostly.
Yeah, only the ones that end in Y.
But that's what I mean. Like, you can pick any Hollywood actress and throw them into maybe you'd have to think about Jane Foster, but we're not even there yet.
No, we are not there yet. And if you really had problems, just go watch Grown Ups and pick their wives.
That's not a bad idea.
Because
watch that.
All of them worked pretty good together.
I'm looking forward to Grown Ups 3.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not far off, actually. Knowing that group of people.
Anybody else that you can think of off the top of your head that you're like, yes, that should work?
No, not particularly. I didn't play as much. We tried to focus, and I really focused on the focus. I stopped hocus pocus on the focus.
There's a flute solo there somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
A little bit of yodeling.
Yeah.
So, on that note, Howard, what do you think? Mama's Little Yellow Pills.
3.5. I'd say it's a 3.5. Just because I'm not big on the Pilsners.
Yep.
But if I was, this would be a Pilsner to drink. It's right up there with that Spreaker Pilsner. So, yeah, definitely 3.5.
Yeah, I put it a little higher. I put it about a 4.
Okay.
I could drink this.
Yeah.
I think it was more shock because I was thinking Pilsner, not Bohemian Pilsner. So when I tasted that hops, it was like, what's this?
When the hops are there with a bland beer like a Pilsner or even like a wheat ale, like that blonde, the hoppy blonde that we had a while ago. Even that wasn't like overly overpoweringly bitter.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, no, I like this. I could drink this. I'd be interested to try more of their beers after having
this one and the Dale's Pale Ale.
The Dale's Pale Ale, and this one, I feel like they're on the right track.
Before we shut her down, actually, now that you say that, they made a beer pretty recently, or it's coming out. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Tropical mustard beer. That's what they're making. Why? Why does anybody do anything?
Because they can.
That's why they did it.
Nobody asked the question if they should.
That's right.
Right.
I think that would be in our Sandler verse. We'll work that into there somewhere. But they used 150 pounds of French's yellow mustard, as well as like passion fruit and guava. I heard it was awesome. I heard it's great with a hot dog.
I'm out.
I kind of want to try it.
I mean, I'll try it for scientific purposes.
That's the only reason I want to try it. Because I'm not a big mustard guy.
No, me either.
Maybe like a medium-sized mustard guy.
No, I'm a pretty stocky, not mustard guy.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm that yellow. The can is pretty yellow. I'm not yellow. Definitely
yet.
not Yeller.
Yeah,
So.
you don't have a Yeller belly, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's pale and pasty, in
That's
case
right.
you're wondering. So, everybody, on that note, my beer is getting low, which means it is about that time for us to stop bothering you. We appreciate everything all of you wonderful people do. All the breweries that comment on us, you guys are super entertaining.
Absolutely.
We love it.
Thank you.
You guys have any new beers coming out, let us know. We will rush to get them. So, on behalf of
That's a band.
everybody here, rush to get them?
No, to get them.
Oh, to
They're
get
a
them.
band, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
On behalf of everybody here at the studio, which is myself, Howard, and the dog,
All the interns, yeah.
all the unpaid interns,
That's right.
Sadie, you do all the great work.
Yes.
You know, all that fun stuff. So,
Shall we wrap up?
everybody, thank you for listening. I am still Max.
I am still Howard.
Cheers.
Cheers.